Missing 29-year-old woman found dead in suitcase in Savannah, Lamar. The body of a woman was found in a suitcase Saturday in Savannah, Lamar. It was reportedly found in a gully within the community of Gully Banks. The deceased has been identified as 29-year-old Karen Malcolm of Barks Road in Savannah, Lamar. Malcolm was reported missing on Thursday. She was last seen at home about 11 p.m. for the previous day, according to the police report. At the time, she was reportedly wearing a brown sleeveless blouse and blue and white shorts. Man charged after 5 years on the run for fatal stabbing in Bagwalk. A man who was on the run for over 5 years has been charged by the police in St. Catherine for the stabbing death of another man during a dispute in their community of Springville District in Bagwalk. Charged with murder is Junior Brown, otherwise called Shaka, or Junior, who is charged for the death of 40-year-old Kenneth Dudus Hyde. The police report that about 9:20 p.m. on April 15, 2020, Brown and Hyde were involved in a dispute when Brown's girlfriend, affectionately called Queen Bee, intervened and a knife was used to inflict wounds to Hyde's upper body. Brown and his girlfriend fled the community. The Bagwalk police were called to the scene and Hyde was observed motionless in blood. He was assisted to the Linstead Hospital where he was pronounced dead. After failed attempts by the police to locate Brown and his girlfriend, both were listed as wanted. After being on the run for years, Brown turned himself into the police on Wednesday, October 1, in the company of an attorney. An arrest warrant was executed on him and he was subsequently charged. He is booked to appear in the St. Catherine Parish Court on October 7. His girlfriend is still being sought by the police. Jabin residents of Flanker Providence in Montego Bay filed lawsuit relating to beach access. Residents of Providence, Flanker in Montego Bay, St. James, with support from a local lobby group, will be seeking legal intervention through the court in relation to being denied access to the beach and sea. This after Saunders Resorts indicated its intention to expand its tourism offering with more rooms via the development of villas and overwater bungalows. Despite objections raised by the residents during an Environment Impact Access session hosted by the National Environment and Planning Agency NEPA in May, the resort is moving ahead with its plan. As such, the Jamaica Bridge Right Environmental Movement, in collaboration with residents, filed a lawsuit under the Prescription Act. President Dr. Devon Taylor said the suit seeks to protect the residents' right to access Providence Beach as well as preserve the rights of fisher folks to use the sea channels. Dr. Taylor expressed concern that Jamaica does not have any legislation regarding the development over water bungalows while essentially privatizing the beach. He argued that the public beach access rights are being ignored by private real estate developers with alleged inaction by the government, so the residents are adamant that they will not lose another beach. Dr. Taylor is calling on the government to repeal the 1956 Beach Control Act and replace it with modern legislation that confers right to access to beaches. The case is set for hearing in the St. James Parish Court next Monday, October 6 at 10 a.m. John Bett will host a press briefing immediately after the hearing to provide the public with an update.
The communities in and around this historic space that they've been using for more than 60 years. These communities include Flanker, Norwood, White House, Iron Shore, Coral Gardens, have all come together in collaboration with Jamaica Beach Birthright Environmental Movement, JABEM, to file this case. This case is being filed under the Prescription Act of 1882, and we're filing this case against the pending displacement and dispossession of the communities from the beach, for the development of villas and overwater bungalows slated to be built by Saunders Resort International. Saunders Resort International made an application to the National Environmental Planning Agency to expand their hotel rooms by 28 rooms. 18 overwater bungalows and 10 villas. Now these overwater bungalows will be built in the sea. These will be also impeding the movement of fisher folks, using customary sea channels. It will displace the communities of fisher folks and vendors and recreational users from the land that, they use to traverse to access the sea. And so the communities have come together to say that, we do not want that. And they made it abundantly clear that we have been using this space for more than 60 years. This space has been in our community, has served our community, and we will not give this space up. If you look along the Montego Bay coastline from Iberia Star all the way down to the port, it covers over 14 miles of coastline, and the Montegonians only can access around 4,000 feet of that coastline. So beach is becoming a rarity in Montego Bay, and the community decide that they cannot lose yet another beach when we know that Hospital Beach, Walter Fletcher Beach, these beaches are up for divestment, and there will be one public beach in Montego Bay, which is Harmony Cove, if we should lose access to the Providence Beach. And so this prescriptive right suit seeks for the court to recognize the indefeasible right of the public to Providence Beach in perpetuity, which will protect that for Jamaicans too. We're taking this opportunity to also remind the government that they should repeal and replace the Beach Control Act of 1956 and replace it with legislation that confers general and unfettered rights of access to the Jamaican people, because through this Beach Control Act, we are witnessing experiences the greatest displacement and dispossessions of the Jamaican people from the coastline.
Rat case. While students complain that rats have invaded their dorm rooms at the College of Agriculture, Science and Education case in Portland, the administrators stated they have brought it on themselves, describing the outcry from students as a false alarm since there have been no increase in the rodent population at the tertiary institution. President Derrick said students fail to comply with the rules that prohibit food within the dorm quarters is a contributing factor. One student shared that the issue began about 2 weeks into the new academic year, which started in late August, and the girls' dormitory is seemingly the main attraction for the rodents. From unpleasant odors in the dormitories to trail of rat feces left in their wake, the students have seen and experienced it all. When we got their September 3rd general election break period and came back, a girl said that the rat bite up her slippers, cup soup, and other things, and she had to walk up and down in the bite up slippers. The other night, a rat ran on a girl in her room. She screamed out. The rat ran out of her room and went into another girl's room, and up until now, we can't find the rat that went into the other girl's room. That was about the second week when we got here, the student said, who asked not to be named. Another student who came face to face with one of the species Vernam last Monday said piercing scream filled her dorm when the intruder was spotted, and residents have been on guard ever since. We are having a conversation and I heard one of my friends scream out, and we saw a black figure. It was a big sized rat that ran in from the window onto the study table, up to the wall robe, and went behind it. We screamed out and ran. We were trying to find the rat, and some mates came to hit it up the place and shake up the place until the rat went underneath the wardrobe. The student, who asked not to be named, told reporters. However, the students are yet to locate the unwanted guest. We understand the fact that we are located near Woodland, but the service timing is not it because we have reported the matter. Nothing much is being done. The other day, the representatives came around giving out rat poison, but it wasn't everyone that got it. Some person, she stated, and she's frustrated. On visit to the institution just outside Port Antonio, reporters checked with several sections of the campus and spoke with students who complained about the response from the school administration to the rodent problem. One student said the creatures are as big as mongoose, and despite several complaints about the issue, little has been done to make students feel at ease. The reporters were also shown videos of rats making themselves at home on the campus. One shows a rodent inside a wardrobe, while in another, a rodent is seen running across a bed. A third video shows a rat outside the dorm room. You come from your home where you are not experiencing any rat problem, but you're supposed to deal with it here. And some of us don't have the stomach to digest that, like rat feces and all of that, another student complained. The president of the Agriculture Focus Institution acknowledged that, as with any facility handling food, there's always a risk of rodent intrusion. He confirmed that the institution had received reports about the issue, but stated that the situation is not as widespread and as serious as students are making it seem. We have not seen any significant increase in rat population from our daily activities. Let me just be frank with you. One rat is too much. If it's a rat, it's too much. But to me, it's a false alarm. It's always a bit of sensitizationism and it's mischievous making. Because anywhere you go, no matter where you are, you know rats are endemic to Jamaica. So you're not going to be able to avoid them. But you have to control the population, which is what we have been doing for the longest while, the president told reporters. He noted that over the summer break, the school was proactive in settling numerous traps for rodents, placing them behind all dorms in bushes. He also said that while they have not seen an increase in the rodent population, student disregard the rules has caused the issue to linger. Our students typically throw food through the window, and that's a problem because we can't clean it fast enough to ensure that it's not attended to by rats. So that is one of the issues that we have to contend with. The second issue is that we have to contend it is that students are cooking in the dorms, which is illegal. It's not allowed. Students sneak in pots, plates, stove, and all manner of ingredients to cook. We provide 3 meals per day. The students don't need to cook in the dorms, but we find that some students prefer to cook for themselves, the president stated. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.